Hello, friends. Happy Friday evening or Saturday morning or whatever day you may be watching this on. It's time for another Cosmic Crucible video, and I'm your host, OG Diamond Dave. We're recording this live on twitch.tv/OG Diamond Dave. Feel free to check out the link. Come by and join us and chat and hang out while we do these Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Or just keep watching on YouTube by hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks. But yeah, we got an interesting defense today. We have a really interesting defense. Let's take a look real quick at what we got. So as Gaz has decided to, hey, we're not going to run the same normal stuff here. We're tired of it. I like it. It's a variation of what we've seen in room 4. Basically, we're slowing down all speed, whether that's speed stat or speed bar. It ain't happening in room 4, which we love to see. And that essentially does a couple of things for us. It renders a lot of the counters that I want to use pretty much useless. So it's going to be an interesting video to see how I counter this. I haven't decided if I'm going to attack it first or last yet. Think we're going to go first, but we'll have to see here. And then room 6 is obviously interesting with Apocalypse being there on defense. And room 3 is tricky. I want to Immortal it so bad, but I'm a little scared of in-game Thanos wrecking my day with Immortal. Definitely can happen, especially after I take all those turns. Phoenix can't be stunned. More than likely, they've got the passive. I'm just going to throw it out there and assume that they do. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting lineup here to see what we can do. Keep watching and make sure you let me know what I did wrong in the comments. But as always, we're free to play. So let's see what happens. All right, YouTube. I realize it's been about 13 seconds on a little transition thing. 13 minus 9 maybe. It's not been that long for you. It's been about 20 minutes for me as I sit here contemplating this particular attack. How can it go wrong? How can it go better? We've got APOC. We're going to have some health. We're going to try to live through Mephisto's ult here. I'm going to have my hand on the back out button because I'm not confident that this is going to work. But sometimes you just have to try. Sometimes you just have to give it a shot. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we are... APOC died right away. Okay, this is awful right now. This is absolutely and utterly awful right now. We're going to go down to 2x just in case. Gladiator has somehow managed to live still. Gladiator's managed to live. Okay, so now we've got options and Professor Xavier gets a turn here. Feels like we want to start over here. Maybe we just ult here. Clear all barrier on enemies. Reduce the duration of all positive effects by 2. Attack all enemies that are under 25% health. Doesn't really matter. But it will do 750% piercing. And this damage reduces max health by the same. We're going for it here. We absolutely are going for it right now. It doesn't really matter where we go. We have to ult here. We just have to ult right now. Let's hit him with it. Psychic Blast. Excellent news. Shadow King pings Mephisto away. And there we go. All right. So maybe we were worried a lot about nothing right now, but it is what it is at this point in time. Let's heal back up for what we can. And we made a lot to do about nothing. We protected our Xavier. Our Xavier went, and that's why we got him. Hello, friends. Okay, cool. I'm back. So we had a little bit of a dance party and a break over here on Twitch. This is some can't miss stuff. Super sorry that you don't get to see it, but it was just a little thing about X going give it to you and how Professor X was great into room 4, which I was super shocked about, but it worked out well. So here we are. We've got a bucket hat redemption going on right now, so we're going to see that, and that is going to be in this video for us right now. Super stoked about that. But let's go ahead and get into room 3 right now. So a little bit of ramblings. We're going to go ahead and try to go a little bit faster right now. We're turning in some of our favorite streamers who do talk a little bit on the slower side sometimes. So this is going to be an interesting one here. We've got Immortal coming right into here. So I've got an interesting choice of who to stun. It's likely I'm going to try to stun Thanos. I don't think I can get a stun on the Phoenix Force team. I'm going to assume that my opponent has the passive so that they can't be stunned in Crucible, and that's going to make things a little challenging. So this is my thought process here. It's it's not going to be fun. Leader does have 15 charges. A stun here, though, should strip his charges, which is great. Okay. Now let's just go in here. We can't give them trauma, and we can't gain safeguard because that's the way Phoenix Force works, in case you're not too sure or a little unaware of exactly how that worked. Now, let's go right in the middle here. We're going to try to do our best not to push Thanos too quickly. Let's go ahead and bring them together. Again, that's a gear tier 20 Thanos. So I feel like we have some leeway on the damage right now. A little bit of leeway, okay? So now we've got Storm with 20 charges, and we do have offense up on the Gladiator. We've got offense up on Leader, and we've got offense up everywhere, or sorry, defense up everywhere. I don't care. 20 charges is a lot of charges. Let's see what happens here. Well, we got rid of Thanos and not Phoenix. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, well. We did get rid of Phoenix, but we didn't get rid of Omega Red. I don't think it would have mattered. This probably was a little bit of an immortal bait, and I fell right for it. That's okay. It is what it is at this point. Had we killed the Omega Red, I would have felt a little bit better about this counter, but we're going to come back in. There won't be a Phoenix here. We'll get this cleaned up here shortly. Fell for the bait, friends. Fell for the bait. All right, so room 6, we have an Illuminati, Black Knight, and Apocalypse. So I'm curious to find out why this would or wouldn't work without just straight up Starjammers, right? I feel like Starjammers works here without a problem, without an issue, but our opponent has proven to have some pretty tricky defenses so far that have got us tripped up, as evidenced by the last room that you just saw. We're going to clean up a little bit later in this video. So let's go ahead and start right on Black Knight, strip his charges. Havoc will ping him right on out of the battlefield right here. Got to love that. We've got a safeguard and immunity here, so don't love that. We're going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of an ability block, all 3 of these folks. Having trauma on Illuminati is fantastic for us. We're just going to keep on keeping on, and now we're going to go ahead and drop. Got a 3-diamond Lavandra right here. Takes care of business, and that is room 6 out of here. Appreciate you joining us for that room. All right, friends, we've got a Liberty with Ultimus here in room 5. I've got the Superior 6, Sin 6, whatever combination you want to call it, with Mysterio. So this should go ahead and make sure that they don't have immunity, so our Green Goblin will be free and clear to trauma, each and every one of them, so they'll stop getting buffs. Let's go ahead and start over here on these 3, and then we will continue right down the line here. Probably should have started on Joaquin. That would have been smarter, but here we are. Sometimes we make some bad choices. Let's go ahead and flippity flip, flip, flip. All right, cool. We got them all flipped up here. I'm going to ability block this guy just in case he gets to go. You don't want him to just absolutely delete one of our characters. That would be tragic. Let's go ahead and get some regens back on everybody. There we go. He's going to basic. No big deal. Not the end of the world there. Now let's make sure we keep on with Peggy here. We're going to do more blinds, ability blocks, all the fun stuff out here. Hit everybody with Mysterio. This is a fun counter. We get to take 1,000,000 turns. Let's go ahead and rewind them all. Damage is starting to get through and break through. I want to rewind these 3 still because it looks like they got the higher end of the turn meter. We got Cap Sam over here. He's got the most turn meter, so we're going in right in after him right there. He's also a tanky friend, Cap Sam is. So let's go ahead and hit everybody here with old Craven. Take care of the Cap Sam. We're just chasing speed bar at this moment in time right now. This counter is fun, but old stats going into new stats can take a beating. They could absolutely take a beating. So we're just going to keep swinging away. There we go. Excellent news. Last one up. And that concludes that room. Not the most efficient counter, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right, friends, we almost had a little snafu. I almost talked myself out of doing this counter right here, which is super interesting. Really, really interesting. So either way, I'm glad that I didn't. Chat was here to remind me, which was super nice of them. Usually they're here to mess me up, but not today. Today people are being super helpful and super nice. Let's go ahead and get into this room and press the fight button. And we'll do our thing. Let's start over here. Alt there, we get a little bit of a rewind. Nightcrawler is taking a beating over here. He's about to go ahead and tap on old Man-Thing and bounce around a little bit. Man-Thing still had immunity, which was super nice. Let's go ahead and get the Blade Rewind on Nimrod, because Nimrod looks like they are about to take a turn. There they go. Looks like they're still going to take a turn anyway. Bye-bye, Kestrel. See you later. Agatha Alt now will do nothing. Not a single bit of damage. Offense up into defense up. Didn't really make a difference there, did it? That's a fun one. That's an absolute fun one. Let's go ahead and remove our defense downs. Get them out of here. Blade should hopefully rewind. We definitely don't need Scientist Supreme to take a turn. So there it is. That's the counter. Did Nitro change it at all? All right, I know everybody was waiting so wonderfully to see what we're going to use here. Just a little Illuminati to clean this up against the old Phoenix Force. There is no more Phoenix, so we will go ahead and make sure that we get it damage in here. We'll bounce around a little bit. They're exhausted. Our Hank and Shuri are gear tier 20, so they will be doing the extra 50% damage right now. Go ahead and drop the old tank on them, and there it is. So cleaned up nice and easily, but did cause us to drop a room. So if our opponent one-shots everything, grats to Asgaz. My opponent has done their attacks. I'm told my opponent has done their attacks, so we're going to jump back in, and we're going to see if they did. Asgaz did go 47,764. Likely did some struggling with the Overpowered. Likely had some struggles in one of my loaded up rooms. So totally get it. When your characters are overpowered, as we've talked about in here earlier, maybe it changes it just a little bit more than I had thought. But yeah, let's get those overpowered emojis spammed in the chat. Let everybody know that we are super overpowered over here. And if you've watched this far in the video, you're awesome. Comment down code word giveaway to be... I can't enter you in a giveaway on YouTube. I'm super sorry. But we'll do a giveaway here on Twitch. If I see one person comment a giveaway in the comments of this video, tomorrow when we stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will do a giveaway. So if you're part of the crossover group, make sure you do that. Anyway, either way, I'd super appreciate it. Like, share with your friends. Until next time, remember...